just started the Pega instance, but before that one comes up, let's discuss regarding data manipulation. Okay, we have data manipulation. Today's topic is data manipulation. Okay, what is data manipulation? Whenever we open a clipboard, the data will be present on pages, right? The data will be present on pages. So how to manipulate a data? How to manipulate a data on pages, we'll actually discuss now. Okay, we have two types of rules to manipulate a data on a clipboard. One is data transform, that is also called dt, data transform, and another rule is activities. Okay, uh, we have two types of rules in Pega for manipulating a data. One rule is data transform and another rule is activity. Okay, I will discuss regarding data transforms in today's session. And we have a interview question here. What is the difference between data transforms and activities? Like in which scenario you will use data transform and in which scenario you will use activities. Okay. The major difference between data transform and activities is data transform is used to manipulate the data only on clipboard. Only on clipboard. Okay, it will update the data only on clipboard pages. Okay, but activity is used to manipulate the data both on clipboard and database. Okay, now let's understand the difference. If you have updated the data on clipboard, okay, then what happens? If you log off and log into the application, the data will get removed. Okay, it is actually like a temporary data. Okay, but if you use an activities, there are some methods in activity which you can actually update the data in database also. Like manipulate in the sense, you can delete, you can save, you can create, or you can modify. Okay, anything you can do. Okay, you understand the major difference between data transform and activity, right? Because this is an interview question, they will ask you at what scenarios you will use which rule. If you want to make a data change only on clipboard, then you can use a data transform. If you want to make a changes in database, then you have to use activity rule. This thing is fine, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, let me show you how the today's session will be discussing regarding data transform. Okay, let me show you how a data transform looks like. See, I'm opening from records. Data transform will be present in data model category. This thing you will get hands-on when you're working. You can actually open yourself. Okay, here in data model, you have a data transform. If you click here, it will open instances of data transform, like the list of data transforms. Now, if you click on any one rule, it will open the data transform. See, you can see this is how data transforms looks like. Let me collapse. Okay, this is how data transforms looks like. And let's come from the start. See, you can see on the top, this is the rule category. Rule category is data transform. And the ID is nothing but a name. Name is a px get email thread. And this is a class. Okay, every rule must be associated with a particular class. Not only our properties, every rule we have to create in particular class and in particular rule set. This is a rule set and this is a rule set version. Okay, let me open another data transform. If you see this data transform, this data transform is present in code pega list class. See, this is present in code pega list class. This is the ID and this is a rule set and rule set version. Okay, this is a rule set and rule set version. This is another data transform. Collapse everything. Okay, do you understand it? On the top, every rule contains the same things on the top. Okay, every rule contains the same things on the top. Okay, now if you observe here, we have actions target, relation, and source. Okay, actions, target, relation, and source. We'll be discussing about each and every action here. We have few set of actions. I'll actually explain what these actions will do, and what is the target, what is the source. Okay, let's go to this one. This looks small, right? Let me private. And one more thing I want to tell you guys, like on the top, if you saw, we have private edit here. Okay, we have private edit. What this private edit means is, like, if suppose this rule set is locked, the rule set is locked in the sense you cannot modify the code that is present inside this rule set. Okay, rule set is nothing but a container of rules. Okay, rule set is a container of rules. It may contain any number of rules, like 100 rules, 50 rules, 2 rules, 1 rule. It may contain any number of rules. If suppose that rule set is locked, okay, then you cannot manipulate or you cannot modify the code or the rules that is present inside the rule set. Then you will get this private edit. Private edit means you are just making a changes in your privately. These changes are not visible for everyone. These changes are only visible for you. You understand the difference, right? If suppose your development is completed, okay, you need to push the code to higher environment. Higher environment might be something like SIT or UAT. For production, you have to push the code into higher environment. Then what people will do, people will lock the rule set and then will push the code. Okay, let me show you actually how actually they will lock. Okay, they will lock the rule set and they will send the code. And once you lock the rule set, it is not a best practice to unlock it. Okay, see, if you saw this rule set, Pega process engine, this is an Pega internal rule set. This rule set, the version is 8.0.1.0.0.8010. This rule set contains 3000 rules. Okay, 3866 rules, and this is locked. You can see the lock icon here. If you expand this one, it will ask to unlock, but we don't know the password for this one. Okay, if you click on unlock, it will ask for a password. We don't know the password for this one because this is a Pega internal rule set. This rule set we haven't created. Okay, this is a Pega internal rule set. If you see our rule set, okay, let me show you our rule set. Base. Yeah, here we have Go road. Few rules are present in our applications rule set. Now, if I open our rule set, okay, if you see this rule set doesn't have private edit. Okay, this rule set doesn't have private edit. If I open this rule set, see, this rule set is unlocked. You can see here it is unlocked and it is asking to lock and save. Means you can modify the code that is present in this rule set. Okay, once you lock the rule set, then what you have to do, you have to open the next version rule set. If you lock it, you have to open the next version here. If you click on plus icon, it will open the next version rule set. See, it is asking 010102. It will open until 99. Okay, it will open until 99th version. Okay, you understand the basic idea, right? This is very high level, the rule set concept. What is a rule set? Rule set is a container of classes. Sorry, the rule set is a container of rules. Every rule will be associated with a particular rule set, and you will get private edit here because the rule set is locked. Okay, any questions till now?
So until we developed, so we can give the rule set to others. I mean, how suppose I have created one rule set, so how it will be proceed to other like other can see.
Yeah, how actually they will work is like generally they will open one rule set version for a particular release. If they have the March production release, let us say, okay, they will open one rule set version. Okay, they will actually develop the code in that particular rule set version and they will push that rule set into production. They will lock it and they will push it. After that, they will open another rule set version for next release, or else they will open 2-3 rule sets version for a particular release. It's all dependent on the project. You understand? Here, if
Okay,
you
okay,
open,
yes, yes.
here we have versions, right? See, our leads and architects, they will say like we are using 010101010102 for our production release. Now, what people will do, people will save their rules, make their changes in these rule set 010101 and 010102. Okay. And after the development is done, or after some code is actually developed, what they will do, they will lock the rule set and they will move the rule set to SIT. Okay, after moving the rule set to SIT, what does that mean? That means we have pushed our code to SIT because this rule set contains all the rules. So we are pushing the particular rule set. So means that we are pushing all the rules to that higher environment. In higher environment, what do they will do? They will actually test the code because a new code is present in a higher environment. After the testing is done, they will push again the rule set to UAT or production. We have an option to unlock this one also, but they will not do that one. That is not a best practice to follow. Okay, will not unlock once the rule set is locked. If you want to fix anything, they will open a new version, new highest version.
So any small changes also they will open the new version.
Yeah, if suppose there is any small, very minute changes also, they will open a new version. That's it. If suppose you have locked a rule set and you have actually pushed your code, after that they found out a defect. Okay, they have the QA team has raised a defect. Now again you need a rule set to make a changes, right? Because the previous rule sets are locked, now you need a rule set again to make a change. Now what if you ask for a rule set? Actually, what they will do, they will open one rule set and they will allocate for that particular defect. Okay, that rule set may contain one rule also. It actually one rule also no problem. They will actually push. If suppose they have fixed the defect, they will push the rule set. Got it right. Any questions in rule sets? Okay.
No.
Okay. Now let's go to the data transform. Will not deviate. Yeah, here. Okay, now we'll see each and every method. Let me private edit this one. Private edit in the sense I am actually making my own changes. Okay, these changes are not visible to everyone. These will be only visible to me. Okay. Let me delete few rows. It looks good. Okay, I have deleted every rule. I have only kept one row. Okay, now let's see. Let's understand what does this mean. Let's come from the first. Okay, set. What is set? Let me remove this one. What is set? Okay, set is nothing but to set a value on a clipboard. Okay, you have a source and a target. In a source you have to mention your source, like source instance you have to mention your property. Suppose you have mentioned your test here, okay, in quotations, because this is a string you have to mention that one in quotations. Okay, and target is nothing but where you need to set it on a clipboard. Okay, where you have to set it on a clipboard. Clipboard will be having pages, right? Clipboard will be having pages. Suppose it is py work page, you need to set the data on py work page. You will give like py work page dot on what property you have to set. Suppose you have to set on py work page with py label, you will give like this py label. This is the format you will follow. Okay, if you are using set, what does it will do? Set will set the data on a clip on a target page. Target, it is a page. You have to use a target page like this. In the, see, if it is a py work page, you will set it like this. If it is some other page, okay, then you have to use some other page context in the before. Okay, and then you have to set the data. If it is a string, you will give in quotations. If you are setting a data from another property, suppose you are setting a property from name, then you will give this the format. You have to give dot and name. See, if you give a dot, you will get all the properties in this particular class. Dot name. Okay, you understand how we have to give? Set method. Set is used to set a data on a clipboard. You set a property value on a clipboard. Let me open up a case. So I can open the clipboard. Okay. If yesterday I have created this case, right? Let me open the same. Okay. Okay. Now, if you want to set your data on PV work page, inside PV work page, you want to set it on customer ID. In this page, you have to update the full name. Full name you have to update to something called XYZ. Then how you will give you in your data transform, if it is present in a same class, okay? If the data transform is present on a same class in the sense, what is the class of this page? The class of this page is this one, data customer. If the data transform is present in data customer class, then you can directly give dot, sorry, you can actually directly give dot full name like this, dot full name. Now what happened? The classes are different, right? You see the class here, it is in code pega list class. But where this is present? This is present in data customer class. Now how you have to give? You have to tell the data transform the context. You have to give like PV work page dot customer ID, customer ID dot full name. Like this, you have to mention the complete context of a property. Then only it will understand. How actually it will set is, it will search for the full name property. Where it will search, it will come to PV work page because it's a top level page. Inside, then once the PV work page context, like once it has got the PV work page context, it will come to customer ID because we have given dot customer ID, right? It will actually search for customer ID, and then it will search for full name, and you have to mention this PV work page customer ID in pages and classes tab. You have this pages and classes tab, right? You have to go there. See, they have mentioned few pages here. You have to mention your page, like PV work page, and what class it is actually referring to. What class it is referring, Control F and search for pxobj class. Copy the class and give the class over here. Okay, and then what is the next one? PV work page dot customer ID, right? You have to give in the same context. PV work page dot customer ID. What is the class for PV work page dot customer ID? If you click on this one, PV work page dot customer ID, class is data customer. This one you will copy and you will give here. Now what? You will go to definition tab. You need not type it. Okay, you need not type it. You can actually click on down arrow. If you click on down arrow, you can see you will get all the classes we have mentioned in pages and classes tab. All the pages. You can select this one directly and see, if you click on dot, all the properties are coming by default. Account ID coverage level, you can see as account ID coverage level. These properties, it's showing it here, right? You can see the changes. Now, what property you are actually manipulating, that property you can select. For suppose first name, you select the first name and you actually source it. Source means you can directly set it like this if you know, but most of the times you will not set like this because in the application, right, the properties values will be changing dynamically. So you will be sourcing it from another property. You will keep if it's a dot and some other property. You understand it? How you will use a set method. Set is just to set a value on a clipboard, but how to set is a main thing. You will be understanding more while doing your hands-on. Basic idea you have got, right?
Yes, Suman. This is existing all the things you will set, and sources, target, everything you are selecting, all the things are existing one, right?
Yeah, we need to adjust based on a clipboard structure. How actually clipboard structure
Yes.
is there? You have to suppose you are sourcing, okay? You are copying a data from PY work page to customer ID page. You are copying something called, suppose you have some PY label, this value PY label old is there. You want to copy this PY label old to your first name here, to your first name here, to your first name. Then how you will actually source? You will source it like the PY label first name is present on which page? It is present on PY work page. You will give PY work page dot. You will get all the If you click on more, it will come because that is a Pega internal property. If you click on more PY label old, see it came like this. You will source. Then what happens? In what is the value that is present on py work page dot py label old, that value will get stored on target like this. It will come from right to left. You understand?
Yes, yeah, got it now.
Got it, right? The set.
Yes.
Let's go to the next method. Remove. Okay, remove. We have remove. Let me add one more step. You can add steps here. Okay, remove. What is a remove? If you want to remove any unused page on a clipboard, okay, if you want to remove any unused page, or if you want to remove the page in a clipboard, if you want to delete a page, then you will use remove and you will give a page name here. The remove is to just to remove a value from a clipboard. Okay, got it, right? Remove is very simple, just to delete whatever the page you want to remove from a clipboard. You will remove that page. Or if you want to remove some property, like if you want to remove first name, then what you have to do, you have to use this entire context like this. Then it will remove that particular property from a clipboard like this. If you just give like this, then it will remove entire customer ID page. It will remove entire customer ID page. Okay, remove, understood, right? Update page. Okay, what is the update page? If you see, when I select an update page, it is showing child steps also 2.1. Okay, it is showing child steps also. Let's discuss what is an update page. Update page is nothing but whenever you are copying a data from one page to another page. See, we have single pages, right? We have a, if I open a clipboard, where is a clipboard? If I open a clipboard, okay, if I want to copy a data from vehicle information page to customer ID page, if I want to copy data from vehicle information page to customer ID page, then how actually I will give? I can use set method also. Okay, I can use set method also, and I can use update page also. Here I will use like this, pyd.customer ID. Okay, from this page I am updating this page. Okay, and the properties I will not give like this. I will give here. If I click on dot here, you can see all the properties and customer ID is coming, right? I will give account ID. I'm updating. After that, I will add. Every time I need not give py work page dot customer ID dot account ID, py work page dot customer ID dot full name. Every time I need not give that py work page dot customer ID. Single time I will give on a parent level in a two. I will give the page, what page I'm updating, and below I will give all the properties. What properties I was making a changes. You understand it? Update page. See, if suppose this is considered as an uh, noun, okay, noun in the sense you will use every time py work page dot customer ID, py work page dot customer ID. This will be like pronoun, like you will use he or she in English, right? Similarly, you will use, once you will give it on the top, after that you will actually give it in the below. Whatever the properties you want to make a changes on a particular page, you will give it on the below single properties, and you will set a value here. Value again, you can set it string like this, string, or you can refer it, or you can refer it like this, or you can set it from different page, like py work page dot vehicle information. You want to mention that py work page dot vehicle information on pages and classes tab. See, it is coming, py work page dot vehicle information. Okay, dot. Again, if you keep on dot, you will get all the properties on vehicle information, make, color, model, year, and all. You can set it like this, like PV information of color. And again, you will add one more thing. What again you will do? You will set one more property like dot something called PV workpage to vehicle information. If you know that every time you will set from this page only, if you know all the values on the source, you will be setting from PV workpage to vehicle information only. Then you will do with values from this one also. You will give here this PV workpage or vehicle information. This one also you will give it here. So what happens? You will get all the properties that is present in PV workpage or vehicle information. You understand the difference? Why, if you want to copy value from one page to another page, okay, you will use update page. First thing, how to configure an update page. If you know that every time you will update a particular page from a particular page, like if you're updating this particular page, every time you will update this page from this page only, the value that is present on this page only, then you will use this with values from, or else you will actually manually update each and every property like this here. Again, if you keep on dot, if you keep dot and click on down arrow, all the properties inside it you will get. Okay, update page is good, right? Update page is used to actually manipulate our data on a single page. Okay. Understood, right?
Suppose we are not giving anything after dot. Okay.
It will throw an error.
Okay, yes, because multiple value it will search, right?
Yeah, if here we have given just dot, if I didn't give anything, actually it will not save. If it saved also at the runtime, you will get an error.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Because it's unable to specify the path where it's going to search, right?
Correct. Okay. Why this is coming here? First name, which is what name? Okay, this is in a different class. Okay, that's why there's some rule set issues. This is in Pega processing unit. This is in a different internal rule set, right? That's why you are getting these many errors. I'm just refreshing it. You'll lose all the changes. Okay. If you understand the difference, right? Set and update page are almost similar. If you want to update as an entire page, then you will use update page for your convenience. That's it. You can use set also, but for convenience, you will use update page. Okay. Any questions till now? Set, update page, and remove. We have discussed 3 methods. Okay, now let's go to a different one. What is the next one? Next one is, okay, apply data transform. What is apply data transform? If you want to call one data transform from another data transform, then you will use apply data transform. Suppose there is a one data transform which is reusable, means that is a generic data transform. You have one, see here they are calling. Here they are using apply data transform and they are invoking this data transform first. It will, how it will work is like if there are any steps in the below, it will call this data transform first. It will execute this data transform. After that, it will execute the below steps. Okay, first what it will do, it will execute all the steps that is present in this particular data transform. If I open this data transform, you can see there are some steps and conditions, right? It will execute this one. It will source like this. And then what it will do, it will come back to it, the control will come back to this particular data transform, and then it will execute the below steps. Okay, apply data transform is to call one data transform from another data transform. Okay, you have two icons here, right? This is called crosshair icon. Let me write it down. It is called crosshair icon. Crosshair icon is to open the rule. If suppose you have, if you are referencing some rule here, if you click on this crosshair icon, it will open that particular rule. And you have one more icon called gear icon. This is called a gear icon or settings icon. If you click on this gear icon, it will open a expression builder. I'll tell you why this expression builder is required. Here it has opened like this. If you click on here, it will open an expression builder. Okay, this is an expression builder. I'll tell you why this expression builder is required. Okay. Now, next method is set. We have discussed remove, update page, and apply data transform. You have understand it. This is an interview question again. How do you call one data transform from another data transform? You will use apply data transform. Okay, apply data transform. You remember the names. Okay, and next one is we have sort. Sort. Which type of properties you will actually sort? Which type of properties you will sort? You cannot sort the single page properties, right? If you have a single record, what else you will sort? If you have a list of records, then only you can sort the data, right? If you have a table, then only you can sort it, correct? You cannot sort a single record. So when you keep a sort here, it will ask for a page list. It will ask for a page list, okay? How sorting will takes place, okay? Generally, how you will do in Java, you will do in Java by looping on some you will actually loop on some iterations or some page or some list of records, and then you will compare the records. Okay, you will compare, right? Some value you will compare, and you will actually sort it. Correct. Inside Pega, you will do inside Java, you will do like that, right? You have to loop it. You have to compare the value with all the values. If it is actually greater than all the values, you will actually store it on somewhere else. You will store it on somewhere array or something, right? But in Pega, what you have to, how it will work is like, if you give a sort here, it will ask for a page list. Page list is page list property, okay? And you need not write any piece of code. You have to click on this gear icon. If you click on this gear icon, it will ask for a properties. On what property you need to sort. Suppose you have a page list called employee data. This is an employee data. Now, if you want to sort based on experience, okay? If you want to sort based on experience, what you have to give? You have to give employee data page list here. Employee data page list, you will give it here like this, and you will click on this gear icon. You will add your property. What is the property you want to sort? You want to sort employee experience date. How you will add dot employee experience, you will add. On what order you have to sort, whether it's ascending or descending. Okay, might be the experience is same for two employees, right? Experience might be same for two employees, so you will add based on another property. You will sort if suppose you have given another value here, whenever the experience of two things are same, two records are same, then it will go and check for different thing. It will go and check for some other thing, like a date of joining or something. Like a date of joining also might be same if the experience is same. So it will check for a salary, whose salary is more, like that. Whatever the property will specify here, that property it will go and verify this list. List is nothing but page list. And you just need to submit this one. You will just submit this one. It will do a sorting. You need not actually loop, or you need not write any piece of code. You just need to select the sort method. It is expecting a page list. It is expecting a page list. See, you are getting the name here, right? Page list. You have to give on what page list you are actually looping or you are actually sorting. Okay, the page list name you will give here. You will click on this gear icon and you will configure your sort order on what properties you need to sort. See, I'll show you here. You can see, right? This is a page list. It has px result of 1, px result of 2, like that. It has only one record, but you can see few page lists where you will be having multiple records also. Px result. See, this is a page list. Okay, this is a page list. Categories is a page list. This page list is having these many records. Means this is a table. The table, you can assume this table name is categories. This categories has these many records, like it has 13 records. Okay, each record is having the same properties. You can see first record is also, see, the properties are same, but the data might be different. Now if you want to sort based on this owner type is something, or you want to sort based on any integer value, if you have any integer or anything, if you want to sort based on that property, you will give this page list name, you will give this page list name on that sort type, and you will give the properties inside it like this. You will give the properties inside it here. You understand, right?
Yes, I'm getting.
See, sorting is easy. How you will sort? See, here you need to understand the context, like the context and how, and you have to get habituated to this user interface. That's it. Sorting is very easy. You need not break your head. You need not compare, or you need not loop, or you need not write any piece of code. They have given a function, sort function. You just need to keep the sort function, and you have to give the inputs to this function. What is a list you need to sort, and based on what property you have to sort. That's it.
So we cannot modify anything here, right?
No, this expression builder, why we'll use this expression builder is like, suppose you have your name, okay? You have to generate a substring of your name. Okay, if suppose you have your, you need to substring to last 3 letters. Okay, then what you will do, see, that is also kind of data manipulation, right? That is also you're modifying some data. Now, how you will actually do that for substring and all? Because you don't have those kind of methods here. Substring, those methods, you don't have it here. How you will actually do that then? The substring, or if you have your date, okay, date of joining, you have to calculate your date of something called permanent employee. You will become permanent employee after 6 months of joining. You have to calculate your permanent employee confirmation date. Means you have to do some manipulation, right? You have to calculate something. How you will do that? Because you don't have those methods here. How you will do that is, you will click on this gear icon. Okay, you will open this expression builder. You will click on browse. If you click on the browse here, it will ask for the functions. If you want to do a substring, you just search for substring here. Click on enter. You will get all the functions related to your substring. You will use the substring function here. See, if you hover on it, it will tell you the usage, how you should use. See, it is telling string to use, start index and end index. Like if you use this one, you have to use string to use. What is the string you will use? Suppose it's a test. String to, comma, what it is telling, start index and end index. Start index might be 1 and end index might be 2. You close the brace and you click on test. It will test it. See, it is giving the result, right? E. You understand how to use?
Yes.
And see, not only you can hard code it, you can also refer a property. If you refer .py label, you can refer. If you give py access group, if you click on test.
I mean, you mean this column value? I mean, existing value you can refer.
Yeah,
Whatever
the thing you have it, you can refer it. Based on a page context, again it will die. Here it is showing an error, right? Because this might be invalid here, the property, but you can use. Okay. Now, if you want to manipulate your date, like if you want to do a date manipulation, so you have so many functions on date. Okay. Pega has provided so many functions. You can compare dates. You need not write any code. You just need to use this function. You can see what are the things it is asking. It is if I remove the cursor, it will go. If you keep on compare it, you can see on the top, right? Boolean, it will actually return true or false. Boolean means it will return true or false. Compare dates, string date 1, string date 2. You have to provide 2 dates here. Okay. See, in the usage, it is showing that compare 2 date time strings and return the Boolean value. If suppose first date is greater than to see return true, If the first date argument is after second date, if first date is after second date, it will return true, or else it will return false. Like which date is greater than, you understand, right?
Yes, yes.
If suppose
So,
there is a date column called date of joining, okay, or there is a property called date of birth, okay. The date of birth cannot be a future date, right? Date of birth cannot be future. So you can use this compare dates, and you can actually verify whether the date of birth you have entered is the exact correct value or not. It will return false if it is after today's date. After what date you have mentioned in string 2, it will compare it like that. You understand, right?
got the idea.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have so many functions here, not only for dates, not only for substrings. You have so many things here. You can actually click on browse. You have math functions, you have so many string manipulation functions. If I expand this one, you can see there are advanced built-in date time functions. They have divided into categories. You can see there are so many categories here. Each category have so many functions here. Okay, you have such, you have random, you have so many page list functions. Ease in page list is an important function. You will use it so many times frequently, because there are so many functions. We can't go through each and every function. If you want to know about any function, you just open the function and you just hover on it. If you want to know about this function, you just hover on it. It will tell you what is the return value, what is the input you have to give, what is the output it will show. Okay, if you hover on it, for not only for, it will show for any function. Got it right, what I'm trying to say, the expression builder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just clicking on cancel here. If you see this other data transform which I have opened, see they are using, see if they are coming with at the rate, okay. At the rate means they are using some function here, that is the meaning. See the in the top what they are using, at the rate page exists. They're checking whether this page is existing on clipboard or not. At the rate page exists, whether the page is existing or not, they are checking before going to, this is a when condition, right? When is like if condition. If this is true, then it will execute the below. They're checking whether this page is existing or not, and then they have written and condition here. See, they, you can use arguments also, and or like that, not equal to and not equals this thing. Some they have given some condition here. If this is if suppose this condition satisfies, then it will go to the below. It will go to inside the loop, inside set. You understand, right? Yeah, let me know, let me stop. You just stop me whenever you have any doubt. Okay, you have understood the sort, you have understood the expression builder. Comment is nothing but a description. Whenever you need to write any description, like if you are doing any kind of modification below for some functionality, you just write below code is to modify student data. You can write some custom your description here, whatever the want you want. You can write, this is for better readability, and to, if suppose any other developer comes and opens the your data transform, they can easily understand. The comment is just for showcasing like what we are doing, or we can write the above code. Whatever you want, you can do. Okay, the above steps is for something. You can write whatever comments you want. Okay, and then when is like if condition. If you give a when here, it will open a child step. Okay, whenever this is true, whenever the above condition is true, then only it will enter into the 3.1, or else it will go to 4. If you have 4 here, not 3.2, you click on the 3 and then you click on plus icon. Okay, you will have 4. If suppose this when is not true, if this when is false, it will go to 4th, it will jump to 4, like this. You can expand it. Okay, here you saw, right? They have written some own condition here. If this is true, it will execute this set, or else it will go to step number 2. It will go to step number 2. Okay, when is like if condition. And you have other whens also. Otherwise when and otherwise when is like if suppose this one is false. If you want to check a different condition, you will use otherwise when. Like how you will write is like you will give when here. If this is false, you will give otherwise when. You can use otherwise when, or again you can use when. Both are same. If can again you have to give your own condition here, otherwise when. Or else you can use again when. Second when rule, and you can give the same condition. Both are same. Okay. Mostly people use only when condition here. They will not use otherwise when and otherwise. The most common things which you will use while developing a data transform is the top four methods. Comment also you will not use. Top five methods, and you will use when, append and append to map to, and these three. These three things you will not use. Comment, otherwise when, and
I
other.
think this otherwise when is like a else if condition,
Yeah,
something like
else
that,
if
right?
condition, and again
And
it is
else.
yeah, correct. It is like else if, but you can use when rule to actually achieve that purpose. Again, you can use when also. You understand? If this is false, it will automatically comes to here. It is like otherwise when only, right? You
Yes,
understand
got
it?
it.
The
Yes.
functionality, both are same. People will use when only by actually they by what can I say? Uh, by actually they're habituated to use when only everywhere. They will not use otherwise when. Okay. Next we'll go to append. Otherwise is like if you are using 2 3 otherwise whens. If suppose anything didn't satisfy, you will use otherwise. If you have used otherwise when, and again you have used otherwise when, or you have used otherwise when. If these third step, fourth step, and fifth step didn't satisfy, then what you can use? You can use otherwise, not 5.2, like 6. They will use otherwise. Otherwise means it will just it will not check any condition. It will just set it. It will just set it. Okay, like this. Otherwise, okay, it is like a if else condition. Okay, you can remember if else logic in C or Java. Okay, any questions till now?
No question.
Okay, now let's go to a different next one. What we have appended to. Okay, what update page will do? Update page will manipulate the data in a single page, right? Now append and append to will manipulate the data for a page list. Okay, if you want to manipulate the data for a page list, like if you want to copy a data from one page list to another page list. Suppose if you have another page list, like you have another page list, like new there are some new employees are joining, that is called new employee details. There is one more table called new employee details, like new like employee names. For actually new employees also you will be having same data, right? New employee ID, employee name, and employee experience. But the data might be different. Employee ID may be something 1 2 3. It may be a different values, right? Employee name might be X. Okay. See, if you have a 2 page list, okay, now you need to club these 2 page lists, because all the new employees will become employees after a certain period of time, right? Now what you have to do, you have to club these 2 page lists. Okay, now you have to manipulate, or you have to club these 2 page lists into single page list called employee data. In this page list only you have to club it. Now what you will do, you will use append to here. Okay, you will use append to, you will use append to. If it is appended to, what, see here what it is asking. It is asking for a page list. You give what is a target. The target is what? Employee data. Our target is the top page list is this one, employee data. You will give this page list, and from where you are copying it, relation. You can see the relation here, 4 relations. Mainly you will use this one, a source page. Keep it existing page, each page. See, it is actually you can you can observe here it is modifying. If you keep each page in, it is asking for a list or group. If I keep an existing page, it is asking for a page. See, you can see it is asking for a page. Okay, now I'll tell you the difference. You listen carefully here. If I want to manipulate two page lists, I can keep each page in and I will give a page list here. Like I will give new employee data. Now what it will happen, because the properties are same, because the properties inside a page list is same, it will automatically copy the data from this page list to this page list, employee data. You understand till here? Because the properties inside the page list are same, properties inside a page list are same, it what it will do, it will actually copy the data that is present here into the data into the other page list. Okay, now if suppose the properties are different, if suppose there is an uh, apart from employee id, they have given employee identification number, some other different name, but the value might be different, but property names I'm telling you, identification number, some other new properties came here. Okay, now Pega doesn't know, right? Like these two holds the same value. It actually doesn't know. What does it will think? These two are two different properties. So it will think like these two are two different values. We know that these two are employee IDs only. One page list has the property like this and another page list has a property like this. But the value inside it represents the same thing. The value inside it represents the same thing. Same thing means it will represent employee ID only. Then in such scenarios, like where you have two different properties on a page list, you will use append and map to. If you use append and map to, it will give a child step here. See, it is giving a child step here. You will keep each page in again. Okay, it will ask for a page list. Now you have to map it on your own, like employee data from target new employee data. Here you will give employee identification number something. Here you will give employee ID. Now what it will do, it will from the source, this is the source, it employee identification number, from this source it will store the data into employee ID. It will append the record. Okay, copying from one page list another page list means it will append. Okay, we have you have three records here, right? It will append each record here. It will append each record like this. It will automatically loop. You actually need not loop on anything. It will loop it on its own and it will append the records, each record. Not only okay, whatever the properties you are mapping here, those properties only it will append. But in case of append to, what does it will do? It will copy entire page list from this page list to this page list because the properties are same. But here you need to map. That is the meaning. Append and map to. You need to map what properties you need. If you didn't require the employee experience, you need not map it. You understand the difference? Append to and append and map to.
Even to say like it will skip matching the column name, right?
Yeah,
I mean
it will.
properties name.
Yeah, it will not see whether the properties are same or not. It will
Same or
just
not? Yes.
append. It will just append. That's it.
Because we are identifying, specifying the name here to not like searching and mismatching.
Correct. Correct. Here append and map to we have to do in our own mapping. Like you will map your own data. Like you can map the employee ID with employee name also. Employee like this also you can append. Then what it will do? It will
The
append
value
this
will be
employee
only map.
name. Yeah,
Yes.
it will do this employee name appending here. It will append like this.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because why it will do like this? Because it actually doesn't know. We are specifying it like that, right? So it will do like this. It will append the employee name to here like this. You understand it? You understand difference between append and map to and append to? Basically how people will say is like append to is like if these two page lists are having same px obj class. Let me write it down. Let me write it down. append to, when they will use like two page lists are having same px object class, then they will you can see, right, the append to is like if two pages are having same px object class, they will go for append to. What happens if it's same px object class is, if it's same px object class, then the properties are same. That is the thing, that is the secret. Like I can say if these two page lists are having same px object class, that means the two page lists are having same properties. If the px object class are different, then it will be having different properties. If you saw on clipboard here, you see the vehicle information has data vehicle information. Px object class is data vehicle information. If it's a customer id, it is having some other px object class, data customer, right? Now if the px object class is same, then the properties will be same, so you can use append to. If px object class is different, then you have to use append and map to. People will generally say, in actually this question they will ask in interviews, okay, what is the difference between append to and append and map to? Then how you have to say is like, if suppose two page lists are having same px object class, then you will go for append to. If two page lists are having different px object classes, then you will go for append and map to. Any questions here? Append and map.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, when you will use append and map to different px object class.
Object class.
Okay, if it's different px object class, then definitely the properties are different for two page lists. Then you have to map it on your own. If it is of a similar thing, then you have to use a append and map, append to. And you have here each page in, right? I didn't explain you this one, an existing page. If you keep an existing page here, what was it asking? It is asking a page name here. It is not asking a page list. It is asking a page. What does that mean is like, you can append single page to a page list. You understand what I'm trying to say? There is a single page. Single page means single record. Only one record is there. You can append that record to a page list. You can see, you assume page list as a book, okay? Assume page list as a book. A book contains a number of pages. You can see here, you assume this page list as a book, okay? This is a book. You just assume this one as a book. And this book is having these many pages. It has 13 pages. Each page is having a data. Each page is having a data. Now you can append one more page to this book. Px result of 14 you can append, right? You can append a page to a page list, but you cannot append page list to a page. Page is a single page. You cannot append a single page with all the data that the book has, but you can append a page to a page list. You don't confuse here. Let me know if you are confusing, okay? See, page list is a list of records, right? List means you assume each record as a one page. Px result of 1 is a page. Px result of 2 is a page. Page list means it is like a book. It has so many pages inside it. Like how many pages are there? Those many records we call it. See, this is a page list. This is a page list. This page list has 3 records, means it has 3 individual pages inside it, like px result of 1, px result of 2, px result of 3. Now this, you can append one more page to a page list. You can append px result of 4 to a page list from a single page. You can copy a data from single page to, and you can append it here. But you cannot append this entire page list to a single record. Confused?
Understood.
Understood. Yes.
See, what I'm trying to say is like, you can club 2 page lists, first thing, and also you can club one page to a page list. but you cannot do the opposite way. You cannot club single page to a page list. You understand it?
Got it.
How append it to each an existing page? Like it will ask for single page here. If you keep this one, see it, it will ask to a page here. Okay, you don't confuse. We can append a single page to a page list, but vice versa is not possible. Okay. Next thing we'll go for each paging. Each paging is like a for loop. Okay, each paging is like a for loop. If we keep each page in here, it will like a loop. How you will loop in see, if you want to manipulate a data in a single page, suppose you have a page list here. Now you have to manipulate this page list. How you have to manipulate? For each and every name, you have to append like Mr. Each and every name you have to append Mr. Okay. Now you don't need two page lists here. You don't require two page lists. You have to manipulate on current page list only. Correct. You need not have two page lists. You have to manipulate the data on current page list only. Now what you will do? You will page list. You will give here employee data. You will loop on the page list. You will set like dot employee name is equal to in quotations. You will keep Mr. dot and you'll give plus dot employee name. Now what it will do in this page list, it will loop on this page list. It will come to this step. It will append Mr. to the employee name. This is a string concatenation. It will append Mr. to the page list name and it will store it within employee name again. Got it right? Any questions for each page?
This employee name will be like how many? Suppose 10 employee names are there. Okay. So it will add each 10 employees to Mr. Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it will
in the
loop.
beginning.
Yeah, it will loop. See, for each page, what it will do, it will come here. It will come to first record. It will take the employee name. It will add Mr. and it will again store back to employee name. And again, it will come to second record. This record. It will take this employee name. It will add Mr. here. It will come to the source. It will add this thing. It will do this thing, and it will again store back the value to this one. You understand?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
If suppose you have another column called gender. If suppose gender is male, you have to add Mr. If gender is female, you have to add Mrs. or something. Then how you will do? You will come inside, you will loop on this one, you will keep a when condition here. Okay, you will keep a when condition here. Now you are already inside the loop. So if you keep dot, you will get the properties here, all the properties. Dot gender you will give. Dot gender is double equal to, in quotations you will give male. How actually that is there in a table, you have to give. How it is there in a page list, you have to give like, if suppose it is there as male, you have to give here dot gender equal to male like this. Male, you will set the value. Okay, you will set the value. You have this exit for each and exit data transform. If you keep exit for each here, if you suppose male, if it's male, you need not append. If you keep exit for each, it will exit this current iteration and it will go for next iteration. It will exit this current loop. That's it. It will exit the current iteration. Okay. If you keep exit data transform, it will exit the entire data transform itself. It will end the data transform.
Right.
Not the loop. If you use exit data transform, it will end the data transform. If you use exit for each, it will end the loop. It will end the current iteration. It will go for next iteration.
Okay. Got it.
Got it, right? Here you saw they are using exit data transform. Right? Somewhere I saw. They are using exit data transform. Here only I have collapsed it. Yeah. You can see if this is true, they are doing some value and they are exiting here. They will not go and do again this one. They will not use otherwise when or otherwise. They will not use anything. I am telling you, people will mostly use when and they will make use of this exit and exit for each. You can also use another when and you can write your own condition. Then only it will do this thing, but they will not do that thing. They will simply exit here because this is already set in the top. You need not set it in the below again. This is interview question. There is a checkbox here, right, called superclass data transfer. What does this do? If we check it, what does this checkbox will do? If we uncheck it, what does this checkbox will do? You will actually, based on your requirement, you have to understand. If suppose something is not, you are not expecting some data manipulation, you don't know how to do, then you can come here and search in a function, or you can search in a Google PDN also. You can search it. They will give you the function. They will give you the usage and all everything.